Hey everybody, this is Sarah Sloan. I'm coming to you from Delray Beach, so if I don't know you and you're watching, thank you for tuning in. To everybody that I do know, I appreciate you tuning in too. So this is my first time ever doing a live video, so I'm super nervous, but also I didn't have time to really prepare because I thought I was going to be doing this topic in January. So I thought I had 7 weeks to kind of make notes and play around with the idea. So forgive me, but I'm going to have notes with me because this is a very important topic. And I want to make sure that I don't forget anything. And like I said, I didn't have a lot of time to prepare. So if you're tuning in, let me know where you are coming from, and I would love to say hi. So I know, probably wondering by the title what it is that I'm talking about. Sorry to those who thought maybe this was going to be like a soft porn video. It is not. What I want to talk to you about today is something that's been going on in my life that not too many people know about, that is happening sooner than I thought. But I really wanted to put my fears aside and my insecurities and help save somebody else from what I'm going through and what so many women are going through. It's worth putting any insecurities I have, whether it's doing the video or also just coming out to all of my friends and people I don't know. Hey Michelle, thank you so much for coming on. I love you. Thank you for being so supportive. So I want to pay it forward because somebody else did a video just like this. And oh, thank you, Jaylene. That's so sweet of you. Because somebody else did a video like this and it changed my life. And so that's what I want to do for somebody else. So even if this changes just one person's life, it's so worth it. On Tuesday, I am having surgery. And if someone had told me even a year ago that I would be doing a live Facebook about breast implant illness and that I would be removing my implants next Tuesday, or this Tuesday, I should say, I would not have believed you. I knew nothing about breast implant illness or the dangers of implants. I was under the impression that the ones I had, I was told 17 years ago when I got them, they're safe, they're saline, it's what's naturally in your body. But after learning so much and educating myself and hearing from other people, I learned so much that it was at a point there was no turning back. And so I'm having them taken out on Tuesday. I feel like once I learned everything, that just with anything else, once you have that knowledge, it gives you the power to make an informed decision and do what's best for you. So as scared as I was to find out about this, it really helped to give me the power to make this decision. So if you are tuning in live, drop a 1 so that I know you're on here live. One thing that a lot of people know about me is I've been a personal trainer for 18 years, holistic health coach, always been very healthy, working out, eating healthy, never met a green juice that I didn't like, but yet for 17 years I had these toxic bags sitting inside of me, and a lot of people didn't even know that I had them. They're not really obnoxiously big, so a lot of people didn't know that I even had them. But so here I was doing all these things to have good health, but yet I had these foreign objects in my chest. And when I learned about all the toxins that are inside of them, and it's not just silicone, it's saline ones too, because a lot of people don't realize that saline implants are covered in a shell of silicone. And in that shell, just as the same with silicone ones, there's about 40 different toxins. And I'm going to tell you about those in a minute. But, you know, when you think about it, you're putting these implants are going next to your vital organs, your lungs, your heart, and your body is constantly fighting off the inflammation. And in fact, your body forms a capsule around the implant to try to protect it's the scar tissue, trying to protect you from these foreign objects and the toxins. So if you have implants or you know somebody that has implants, go ahead and drop a heart in the comments. I have a feeling there'll be a lot of hearts dropping, because I think it's hard pressed to find someone who doesn't at least know somebody today that has them. Our society kind of perpetuates having that look, and that women need to look a certain way. And so certainly they've become more and more popular. Luckily, the word is getting out about breast implant illness and the dangers of implants. And so a lot of women are explanting. In fact, the doctor that I'm going to, he is taking out 1 to 2 sets a day. And there are some of the top explant specialists will no longer even put implants in people. So that's good. The word is getting out, and we're lucky to have people like Yolanda Hadid and Crystal Hefner and Karen McDougall, who's a fitness model, former Playmate, who are getting the word out and speaking publicly. So certainly having people who are more out in the public's eye talking about it is helping the cause, and I thank them greatly for speaking up. See, I have my notes because I just don't want to forget anything. So what is so dangerous about implants? I told you about there's about 40 different toxins in them. So you're putting this foreign object in your body, and like I said, it's forming this capsule of scar tissue around you, which when you see pictures of when they come out, I've seen way too many, thousands. You can't believe what your body has created to protect you. I just want to read you some of these chemicals, this chemical soup. Some of them I can't even pronounce, and I've tried. Methyl ethyl ketone, cyclohexanone, which is a neurotoxin, and so is the first one I mentioned. Isopropyl alcohol, denatured alcohol, acetone, which is a neurotoxin, urethane, polyvinyl chloride, which is a neurotoxin. I can't pronounce. Toluene is a neurotoxin and carcinogen. Dichloromethane is a carcinogen. Chloromethane. I mean, the fact that you can't pronounce any of these is scary enough. Silicone, sodium fluoride, lead-based solder, formaldehyde, talcum powder, oakite, which is a cleaning solvent, methyl 2, ethylene oxide, which is a carcinogen, xylene, which is a neurotoxin, hexon, stearic acid, zinc oxide, naphtha, which is a rubber solvent, phenol, which is a neurotoxin, benzene, which is a carcinogen neurotoxin, lacquer thinner, epoxy resin, epoxy hardener, printing ink, metal cleaning acid, color pigments as a release agent, heavy metals such as aluminum and platinum, and silica. If you aren't disgusted at the thought of having all of those inside of you, I don't know what would make you sick. I mean, once I read all this and found all this out, I wanted to literally rip my implants out. So I mentioned that these toxins cause a condition called breast implant illness. What does that mean? It comprises of many symptoms, and everybody is different. Some people, hi Lincoln, some people don't realize that their symptoms are being caused by the implants. They just think it's, a health issue. They don't relate it to, oh, Tina explanted 2.5 weeks ago. That was the first day of the rest of her life. And I have heard that so many times. I'm so happy for you, Tina. That is amazing. People are healing. They're getting their implants out, and they're feeling so much better so quickly. once they come out. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer because they need to detox, and depending on the severity of their symptoms, but people are getting better. Hi Diana, thanks for watching. So I want to talk to you about these symptoms, because a lot of people think they're, it's just something's going on. They don't even relate it to their implants, which is what happened to me. Anxiety, fatigue, joint pain, muscle pain, insomnia, brain fog is probably the number one. Difficulty concentrating, memory loss, limb numbness and tingling, vertigo, fever, chills, muscle weakness, temperature intolerance, sensitivity to light, sensitivity to sound, difficulty swallowing, hair loss, dry skin and hair, slow healing, sinus infections, recurrent illnesses, candida yeast infections, skin rashes, visual disturbances, choking feeling, ringing in your ears, headaches, depression, decreased libido, mood swings, sharp pains in your breast, weight gain, food intolerance, swollen tender lymph nodes, autoimmune symptoms or disease, chronic fatigue syndrome symptoms, fibromyalgia, inflammation, heart palpitations, irritable bowel or bladder, shortness of breath, and night sweats. Some people have every symptom. Hi, Erin. Thank you for coming on. Some people have every symptom on the list. Some people, it may take a month once they get implants to have symptoms. Some people it takes years. But make no mistake, these toxins are working inside of you and creating havoc, whether you're realizing it or not. Implants cause immune deficits, and so infections that a normal healthy person can fight off, people with implants cannot fight them off. So one that you see very common is Lyme disease. People cannot fight off what, our bodies, we may never even know that we had it. One thing that happened to me was, and I never would have related to my implants, I had severe jaw pain, and it was from clenching, which I had never had a problem with before. And I ended up getting an infection that would not heal inside my gum and my tooth. It almost went to my brain. I ended up having to have a bone graft. I lost a molar. I mean, this is from a person who's never even had a cavity in their mouth, not even on a baby tooth. And I just thought, oh, it's stress. I was clenching. But when you have an infection that will not heal for absolutely no reason after, antibiotic after antibiotic, and such severe pain in my jaw, when I finally joined a group that I'm going to tell you about in a minute, I realized that there were thousands and thousands of other women who had the exact same things happening to them that were happening to me. And there was certainly comfort in it. Not, of course you don't want anybody else to be going through this, but it's comforting to know, A, it's not in your head, and B, that what's the cause of a lot of these things. And a lot of people have seen many times on Facebook when I have insomnia, I had crazy weird rashes, severe stomach pains. I mean, so many things that are on this list, and I don't need to go into all of my issues that I had. But I feel lucky. I've had friends who, before explanting, had autoimmune disease. Oh, Leslie, thank you so much. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my gosh, you're gonna make me cry. I feel lucky because I have a lot of friends who, before explaining serious autoimmune diseases, bedridden. When you get on this group that I'm on on Facebook, 30,000 women strong, it's amazing. You read about people who are literally on their deathbed, and people have died from these symptoms. And then they find out, their families find out afterwards when they're an autopsy and they go inside, their bodies are filled with these toxins and leaks of silicone. But the people who are lucky enough to explant, they heal and they get better. And so if you have a doctor or friends telling you, oh, it's not your implants, that's crazy. You have to be your own advocate, and you have to find a doctor that believes in BII and it's not in your head. And I've had friends who've had mold growing in their, when they took out their saline implants. So, oh, thank you, Steve. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Steve. So, like I said, I feel lucky that I haven't been as sick as so many other people, and my heart goes out to them. And I do want to tell you about this group on Facebook that I belong to. So if you have implants, or you know somebody that has implants, or you're thinking about getting them, I urge you to join, or to have them join, Breast Implant Illness and Healing by Nicole. It's a Facebook group. It's almost 30,000 women strong. It is truly the most, I know, right, Marie? Scary and yucky. The most supportive group of women. You will learn more than you can ever imagine. It will truly open your eyes. It has studies, I mean, everything that you can imagine. Oh, hi, Tina. I know, isn't Nicole's group amazing? So, like I said, I never would have put my symptoms together with my implants. And, 17 years of having them, I don't even know what it's like not to. So I probably have gotten used to a lot of things. Hi, Shireen. That, the way I felt, that I don't even realize. If you're watching this on replay later, drop a 2, so I know you're on replay and I can say hi. Also, if you've heard of breast implant illness, BII, before this video, would you put a thumbs up? I was curious to see how many people have heard of it before today. Oh, thank you, Shireen. So what else did I want to touch on next? I quickly want to thank a friend of mine locally, Dina Linen, who's been a great support. She went through this and explanted, and has really been a huge support. And I thank her. And like I said, she was one of those people that was much worse off than me. And so, my heart goes out to her. So, like I said, many doctors and friends will tell you that there's no way it's your implants. Oh, thank you, Michelle. I'm really trying to bring awareness. I appreciate your support. So you have to consider, let me ask you a question. So if you took just one of these symptoms on this list, one of these chemicals on this list, and you poured it all over your entire body and you left it there for 5 minutes, would you feel good about that? What if you took all 40 chemicals that are in implants and poured them all over your body and left them there for an hour or a week? Or let's say those chemicals were seeping into your skin for a year. Okay, now I want you to think about those 40 chemicals sitting inside of you, next to those vital organs, for years, decades. And then someone's going to tell me that implants don't make you sick, that it's in your head, that, oh, how could they make you sick? This is why they make you sick, because you have 40 toxins sitting inside you. So certainly anybody who tells you it doesn't exist, it's crazy, because I think anytime we even think of a chemical on our skin, it bothers us. So why wouldn't 40 chemicals inside us bother us? It's just like with smoking. Years ago, obviously decades ago, they said smoking was healthy, it was fine, it wasn't dangerous. And obviously we know now how detrimental it is. And oh, hi Shannon. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. Hi Nikki. So, what we were once told was healthy, is whether it was true, it was never true. But if you're told that many years ago, it's time that they come out, just like with smoking, and tell us that they're not safe. And what you're really hearing from, as far as telling you it's safe, is the FDA and probably plastic surgeons who are making money off of you. And so you have to consider your source and really think about, of course they've got to be dangerous with all of these toxins. And like I said before, often we are told, oh, these ones are safe. There is no such thing as a safe implant. It doesn't matter what kind it is or what they tell you. All of them are filled with chemicals. All of them are having microscopic leaks constantly in your body. They all can develop bacteria, mold inside. So there is no such thing as a safe implant, I'm sorry to say. The last thing that I kind of wanted to touch on was for those of you that are now thinking about, or in the future thinking about explanting, there are some really, really crucial things that you need to remember. One is you want to find a doctor that is supportive and believes in BII. If not, you probably are not going to get not only the support that you need, but you're also not going to get the surgery that you need. And what I mean by that is you need to have the surgery done with a capsulectomy, which means that the doctor is getting out all of the scar tissue that has formed around the implant to protect you. Because of these microscopic leaks, all that scar tissue needs to come out as well. It also needs to be done en bloc if they can, which means in one piece. So you want the implant and the capsule to come out in one piece so that things aren't spreading. And unfortunately, sometimes the doctors get in there and it can be a mess. I mean, they could be stuck into your rib cage and they have to scrape it out. It can be in your lymph nodes, into your armpit. And while that sounds scary and terrible to have that, scraped out of you or taken out, think about leaving it in, what that is doing to you. And for me, that is, I can't deny that I'm not scared for Tuesday, that I'm not nervous, but I'm much more scared to leave these toxic bags in me one more day. And so when they had an opening and they moved me up 7 weeks, I jumped at the chance to do so. So it's really important that you go to a doctor that's going to get the capsule out and try to do it en bloc. And if a doctor tells you, oh, I have to leave part of the capsule in, or, oh, we don't need to take it all out, you need to turn the other way and find another doctor, because it needs to come out. Otherwise, you can remain sick, or if you don't feel any symptoms yet, you, oh, good. Oh, I'm so glad somebody was mentioning they've been thinking about taking theirs out. So otherwise you need to find another doctor, because it's so vital to have them taken out with the implant. And my doctor, even he takes photographs inside so he knows, so you can see for yourself that he is taking the entire capsule out. And he will even videotape the surgery. He will also send your capsules. I'm using, a couple of people asked who I'm using Dr. Rankin, who specializes in explanting. He's in Jupiter, Florida. He has a full-time explant specialist on staff, Jeff, who is wonderful, who is there for you through the whole process, before, during, after, whatever you need. So it's important that he also sends, if you want, he can send the capsules to pathology. So to find a recommended doctor, whether it's in your area or to travel somewhere, that Facebook page that I mentioned, Breast Implant Illness and Healing by Nicole, there is a file that has recommended doctors for explanting, and I encourage anybody who's thinking about it to really pick somebody that specializes in it, because if not, you're still going to have issues with your health. So like I said, the word is finally getting out about BII, and I hope and pray that this helps even one person. It was worth putting myself out there and kind of putting my fears aside and exposing my own self to help somebody else. That's what someone did for me, and I want to pass it on. So I urge you and beg you to please share this video on your page and let it help somebody else, because it's not just the women that are being affected, it's their families, it's their kids, whether they're not feeling well, or they're bedridden, or they're tired, or they always feel sick, and they're chasing these symptoms, going from doctor to doctor, spending so much money trying to figure out what's wrong with them, and every doctor is saying, I can't find anything wrong. And these women, we feel helpless, and the answer is the implants, and once they find that out, they find their health again. So I urge you to share this, and I'm excited to start 2018 healthy and free of these toxic bags. I've decided my new motto for 2018 will be like that Seinfeld episode, I think it was Terry Hatcher, who said, they're real and they're fabulous. Or no, they're real and they're spectacular. I think that was her word. So that's going to be my new motto for 2018. So I want to end with, if anybody, whether we're best friends or someone I have known for many years, or just met, or if we don't even know each other at all, if you're a stranger, I want you to know that I am more than happy to answer any questions, walk you through the process, hold your hand. I would love to be that support. Please reach out to me. Like I said, even if we don't know each other, I am more than happy to be the support you need and help you in any way that I can, or get you the answers that you need if I don't know it. So what did I want? I wanted to end, and I wanted to end with thanking my family and friends who, thank you, Shannon, I appreciate it. I want to thank everybody, not only for tuning in, thank you, Diana. You guys are all so sweet, you're making me feel so good. I was so nervous to do this. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching, and for those who share it. And I want to thank my family and my friends and my kids and everybody who's been a support, and my Modere team, who's just been incredible and such a support. Oh, thank you, Erica. So anyway, please pass this along and keep me in your thoughts on Tuesday. And I hope you will continue to follow me in my journey, because I am going to continue to fill you in and document things. So I'd love for you to follow me or friend me on Facebook if we aren't friends already. And thank you again, everybody. I so appreciate you tuning in. Mwah.